Hello everybody, it is Miss Bowman here. Happy whatever day it is that you're watching this. I am here for kind of a part 2 of distributing. Today we're going to be distributing and simplifying. So the last lesson of week 2 was how to distribute. And distributing essentially is multiplying. Except that we are using it when there is a number outside of a set of parentheses. And we're multiplying that number throughout the entire set of parentheses. So whatever is inside the parentheses is being multiplied by the number on the outside. So we are going to be doing some multiplying, and then we are also going to be simplifying today. Today, what simplifying is going to look like is going to be combining like terms. Combine like terms. So we'll be combining two skills that we were practicing last week for this lesson today. So the first example that comes off the top of my head is 8 times 2x minus 3 minus 6x. So you'll notice that there is an extra step to this. There's that minus 6x at the end. And we're going to be thinking about that after we distribute our 8, when we get to like our combine like terms stage. So first, we're going to distribute. To distribute, we're taking the number that's on the outside of the parentheses, and we're multiplying everything that is inside the parentheses by that number. So first, I'm doing 8 times 2x. Which is 16x. 8 times 2 is 16, so I multiplied the actual numbers, the 8 and the 2, and this x just comes along with because it was attached to the 2. Next, I'm doing 8 times negative 3. Hope that's the eraser. I meant to highlight 8 times negative 3. Notice how I'm calling it a negative because there's that minus sign right there. 8 times negative 3 is negative 24. So now I have 16x minus 24 minus 6x. The minus 6x was hanging out after the parentheses. It is going to join the 16x and the minus 24 now. They are all a part of the same statement. When we combine like terms, we are combining non-variable or constant terms. Those are also known as numbers, like just plain numbers, so no variables or anything. The only term that we have that looks like that is this minus 24. There are no other terms, meaning of these three terms right here, there are no other terms that are just numbers that don't have a variable attached to it. We do have two terms, though, that have x's attached to them. We have 16x and we have negative 6x. If I'm going to combine those terms, I want to know what is 16x plus negative 6x. I'm adding these up. I'm combining them. In this case, 16x plus negative 6x is 10x. I'm left with 10. I had 16, I took 6 away, I only have 10x left. And then minus 24 drops down alongside the 10. So my first step was to distribute. My second step that I did, without really saying it, was I combined like terms. I don't know why I feel like I'm spelling combined wrong, because I know I'm not. Let's do another example. Let's continue this since this really hasn't told us too much yet. Another example, I have 9 times 2k minus 4 minus 2 times 7k minus 12. Let's start by distributing in this very first part. So there's two instances in which we're going to have to distribute. We have the pink part and we have the part that's underlined by blue. I have two instances where I have sets of parentheses and a number outside of those parentheses. My first step is going to be to distribute. We will start with the first set. I'm doing 9 times 2k, and then also doing 9 times negative 4. 9 times 2k, I do 9 times 2, which is 18, and the k comes along with. I get 18k. We'll write like the beginning of our answer down here. So I have 18k. I also have to do 9 times negative 4 because I am taking this 9 on the outside of these parentheses and I'm multiplying it by everything inside the parentheses. I already multiplied it by 2k, and now I also need to multiply it by negative 4. 9 times negative 4 is negative 36. So I have 18k minus 36. 18k minus 36. Now we'll deal with that second set of parentheses. Now I'm taking negative 2, notice how I'm bringing the minus sign with, and I'm going to multiply it by everything in this second set of parentheses. This negative 2 is going to be multiplying by 7k and by negative 12. So negative 2 times 7k. And notice how I write down every operation that I'm doing, so I don't forget what kind of multiplication I have to do or like what I've already done. Negative 2 times 7k is negative 14k. Negative 2 times 7 is negative 14, and the k came along with because it was attached to the 7. I'm going to write my minus 14 down here, 14k. I'm attaching, this is kind of this area down here is where I'm writing the result of all of my multiplication. Now I'm going to do negative 2 times negative 12. A negative times a negative is a positive, so negative 2 times negative 12 is going to give me a positive 24. So I'm going to write plus 24 because it is positive, so plus for positive. Now I'm in a situation where I am going to try to combine my like terms. So first I'm going to try to highlight anything that looks the same. So anything that either has the same exact variable or anywhere that I see like just normal numbers. I have an 18k right here and a negative 14k there. So I highlighted all the terms that have a k. I have minus 36 and plus 24. So I also highlighted all the terms that are just numbers. So we'll start with my 18k and my negative 14k. 18k and negative 14k. 18 minus 14 is 4. So I have 4 k's left after I combine 18 and negative 14. Negative 36 plus 24, negative 36 plus 24 is negative 12. So after I combine negative 36 and positive 24, I get minus 12. I'm left with 4k minus 12. I went from way up here to down here pretty quickly. I distributed and then I combined my like terms. And in this case, I had to distribute twice because I had 2 sets of parentheses with numbers outside of those parentheses. I'll do one more example. This one is a pretty interesting example because there's something that is there but isn't there but is there, as I like to say. So let me just write it out. I have 6 times p plus 6. Ooh, cool. And then I have minus p minus 6. And notice how my second p minus 6 is in a set of parentheses. And that's important because we're actually going to be doing some distributing there. The first set of parentheses, it might be a little bit easier to see that we're multiplying 6 times p and then 6 times 6. What are we multiplying over here? There's this minus sign, and the set of parentheses is there purposefully. It doesn't just go away. Right here, there is a number. It is implied, meaning mathematicians think that you should know it's there, but it's kind of invisible, and that number is a 1. In front of every set of parentheses, in front of every variable, if it doesn't have a coefficient or a number right next to it, there is a hidden 1. And so there's a hidden 1 right here also. So I'm going to be distributing a -1 to my second set of parentheses. Remember, distributing, we're multiplying. So if I look at my first set of parentheses, I have 6 times p, and I'm also going to be doing 6 times 6. So I said 6 times p, and then 6 times 6. I like to use the rainbows there to remind myself of, to multiply to every term that's inside of those parentheses. So 6 times p is just 6p. There's a 1 in front of that p, which we've kind of been talking about a little bit. And 6 times 1 is 6. So we simply have 6p. 6 times 6 is 36. So I have plus 36. This is my first set of parentheses. I finished my distributing there. Next, I have -1 right here. I'm doing -1 times 1p. I'm also going to be doing -1 times -6. -1 times 1 is a -1. And there's going to be a p there because this p gets to come along with. -1 times -6 is +6. So I'm going to add these statements over to like my little answer area over here. So I have 6p plus 36 minus 1p plus 6. All right. I have 2 different kinds of terms here. I have terms that have p's, and then I have normal numbers. I have 36 and I have 6. My terms that I have p's, I have 6p minus 1p, which is going to give me 5 p's. I had 6 and I took 1 away. And then my numbers, I have 36 plus 6, which is 42. So I have 5p plus 42. And that is distributing and combining like terms. Nice, nice, nice. All right. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day. Have a great whenever you're watching this. And goodbye.